Beneath this chicken coop lives 5 woodchucks, and there's my garden. There are 4 baby woodchucks and 1 big mama woodchuck. Now, I'm a firm believer that we can coexist with wildlife instead of destroying them. And the only time the woodchucks get in my garden, it's my fault. It's because I left the gate open. I got you cornered in my garden, you woodchuck. Uh-oh. Don't you dare. Don't you attack me, woodchuck. So before you go breaking out the guns and the gasoline, I'm going to show you a foolproof method to keep woodchucks and rabbits out of your garden. Word of caution, do not try to pick up the baby woodchucks. Albeit they cuddly, they are super vicious. So this is what you're going to need here. A fence. Chicken wire is the cheapest fencing you can buy besides that plastic junk that doesn't work. Go get yourself chicken wire, build a chicken wire fence. One of my first videos, I showed you how to install a chicken wire fence. It's pretty easy. You don't have to go 5 feet high like I did. That's to keep the deer out. So when you install your chicken wire fence, you don't want any gaps underneath it. So what happens is you install your fence, start at the top, leave the bottom longer. The longer part, you're going to lay out across the ground here. Here you can see my fence comes down, it flares out. If you're dealing with a taller fence, you can do like I did here. I started at the top of a new roll of chicken wire at this spot, brought it down, used some tie wraps to secure it, stapled it to the sides, and flared it out all in one continuous piece. To get it nice and tight, you just step on it, and then you come back through, throw some lawn staples in here just to hold it in place, and eventually grass will go through here, and you can barely tell it's here. I just cut my grass recently, so now you can see it. But the animals come in, they try to dig, they hit this, it hurts their paws, they can't get in. Some people suggest digging a trench next to your fence and running the fence down into the ground. Now, that's just way too much work. When a digging animal comes up to this fence and sees it can't get in, its natural instinct is to start digging right alongside here to try to get underneath it. Now, they are not going to be smart enough to be like, oh, there's something here blocking it. Let me go all the way back here 2 feet over and start digging here to get in. You can get really fancy and put some wood chips along there or some straw. I was watching the woodchucks come out of their hole here. Before I put new wood chips down, you can see exactly where the woodchucks were digging trying to get in, but they can't. With this method, I don't think a rabbit's ever been in my garden. The only thing that's really in there is chipmunks, because they can get right through this chicken wire no problem. They literally jump right through it. But you also know what gets through there as well? The milk snake in my garden. So go ahead, chipmunks, come on in, be my guest. I did hear from one person that they've got climbing woodchucks. So if you have the rare climbing woodchuck, you might need a taller fence. I've watched them try to climb it. Maybe it's because my fence is a little bit taller. They kind of go up. They get about halfway and waddle around. And if they do make it close to the top, like the young ones were doing, they don't know what to do once they get up there because they don't want to fall over the side. One continuous piece of chicken wire fencing flared out away from your garden and on the ground will prevent larger animals such as the whistle pigs and the rabbits from getting in your garden. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already, as we look for some friendlier ways to treat the environment. And as always, what's it gonna be, woodchuck? Fight or flight? How about you get out of my garden right now? I don't know how you got in here, but it's time to leave. Put those teeth away.